Hello everyone, this is Dr. Emya Krishnan. I am Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Applied Pharmacology of Ayurveda. Today I have come on this video to talk a few words about side effects. Right now we are discussing such a lot about side effects and medicines. So what is the condition? Some people are telling Ayurveda is having side effects, whereas some other people are telling it is not like that. Ayurveda is very safe, it is free from side effects. So what is the truth in that? So before coming to that, let me explain a few words about what is medicine. So the very concept of medicine in Ayurveda is entirely different from the concept of medicine in modern medicine. Okay. So the basic attitude and approach of medicine in Ayurveda, the medicine is defined as that which is intended to reverse the disease and produce health. So tadhaiva yuktam bhaishajyam yad arogyaya kalpade. So why a medicine is prescribed in Ayurveda? Medicine is intended to reverse the disease and produce health. This is the objective of medicine in Ayurveda. Whereas in modern medicine, drug may be used to diagnose or treat a disease, but ultimately how they are going to intervene upon the disease is based on the mechanisms of blocking, masking, suppressing or supplementing, like that many artificial modes like blocking a pathway, masking or blocking enzymes or suppression of synthesis or suppression of pathway of neurotransmitters. Like that, it is always with respect to blocking, masking, blocking prostaglandins. So blocking, masking, suppressing, altering, all these are the mechanisms of actions of drugs of modern medicine. So for that reason, it cannot be told as medicine as per the definition of Ayurveda, because in Ayurveda there is nothing called blocking, masking, altering or suppression of pathogenesis, whereas there is only one step, that is reversing the pathogenesis and producing health. For that medicine is intended. So this is the why I have started like this, because this is something very crucial to know the difference in the fundamental attitude and approach of medicine of modern medicine and Ayurveda. So in Ayurveda, in one word, in Ayurveda the medicine is intended to reverse disease, whereas in modern medicine, medicine is intended to produce benefits and risk. So whenever we try to produce benefits by the above set mechanisms, blocking, masking, suppression, altering, etc., etc., definitely you can expect some risk also on the side. Because whenever we try to produce effects, definitely there will be side effects. Side effects means the effects which are observed in the side of the main effects. So these side effects generally will be risk only. So what they are doing is, they are administering unknown compounds. How their drugs are developed? Their drugs are starting as unknown compounds. Unknown compounds in the sense a new compound, whether it be active principle extracted or whatever it is, a new compound is being tested in 3 phases and finally getting approved as medicine if the benefits are exceeding risk in the study, particular randomized control trial studies. So if they find for a limited period in a limited population that certain benefits are more than risk for that particular population in that particular point of period, it gets FDA agency approve it as medicine. So benefits and risks are being acknowledged for drugs in modern medicine. Whereas in Ayurveda there are two types of medicines. One is classical medicines and second is patent medicines. So classical medicines are the medicines which are having inbuilt scientific evidence in classics. Classics are our ancient medical treatises. The science of Ayurveda is not written as a therapeutic formulary. It is science-based medicine. There are specific logics, theorems, algorithms and principles of diagnostics, pharmacy, pharmacology, pathology, everything. There are inbuilt decision making, diagnostic and treatment principles. So based on these principles, olden days, about 5000 years before itself, certain formulations were scientifically invented by the ancient scientists of Ayurveda, for which documented evidences are there, substantiated by their mode of action also. So these medicines, which are well established by cause mechanism effect relationship, well established by inbuilt logics for their intended effects in human beings, which are being tested and verified for many years. The logics are being tested, not merely that medicine is tested, but the logic behind the medicine. Why this medicine? Why not the other medicines? So that logics, which are explained in Ayurvedic pathology and pharmacology, are being tested for many years by multiple scientists in multiple ways, and thus these classical medicines are getting recognized. So such classical medicines are explained for all the diseases which are being described in Ayurveda. So these classical medicines can be considered as inbuilt or science-led evidence-based formulations. So they can be directly applied in human beings because they were tested and verified and established. The cause-effect relationship for their application is well established by an inbuilt science in human beings. So they are called as science-led evidence-based medicine. So these classical medicines are also having multi-therapeutic values. So the same medicine can be, sometimes we are giving one classical formulation for fever, the same thing we might be using for hypertension, or we might be using for inflammation. So the logics behind the administration of medicine is determining the utility of the medicine. So they have multi-therapeutic value also. But this is not the case of patent drugs which are emerging in Ayurveda from day to day. There is no scientificity for them, for most of them, because such a kind of science-led evidence-based research which was adopted in the case of classical medicines are not happening in conventional Ayurvedic research, which is based on RCT or modern probability based research or empirical research. So they cannot be considered as scientific medicine. So what I mean to tell is that medicine, when it is scientificity of an Ayurvedic classical medicine, is determined by the logics behind the choice of the medicine, the right dosage of the medicine for in the right patient, in the right clinical situation, for the right period of time, and reversing the disease and producing health. So we have to analyze the reversal of disease by the specific scientific parameters and health, manifestation of health in the subject by particular specific parameters which can be established. So recovery can be established. Whereas, so in short, Ayurvedic classical medicines are not intended to produce benefits and risk, but rather they are producing intended effects and health. So when you try to produce benefits, definitely you can expect risk. But if you are trying to produce the intended effect of reversing disease, the only side effect is health. Now again, that doesn't mean that classical medicines, when applied also, there can be side effects. How side effects are happening in Ayurveda? So reason for side effects are mainly three in Ayurveda. One, incorrect medicine. This is the main reason why, because no inbuilt decision making standards, prescribing standards are adopted by Ayurveda doctors today. They are depending on culture, tradition, shared experiences, shared knowledge, etc. rather than science-based medicine, principles of science-based medicine. So it is very common that irrational prescribing happens. So this irrational prescribing by Ayurveda, qualified Ayurveda doctors, are the main reason for side effects, one kind of side effects, because undesirable, they can be more accurately called as undesirable effects because they can be avoided if rational prescribing is learned and practiced. And second is impure medicine. Most of the good companies of Ayurveda are following quality control procedures, but if it is not being adopted, definitely impure medicine or most of the patent medicines are unscientifically manufactured, not only with respect to quality control but also with respect to ingredients and their specific combination. So impure medicines with respect to quality of medicines used as well as quality, I mean the type of combination, the nature of combination of medicines. For example, we are using some kind of Sarpagandha formulations for hypertension. But Sarpagandha is not the scientific treatment for hypertension in Ayurveda. There are scientific guidelines for hypertension in Ayurveda deciphered by SBEBA scientist Dr. Rajkumar. So, science-based, evidence-based Ayurvedic approach. Science-based, evidence-based Ayurvedic approach is the right scientific mode of diagnosis and treatment. So, without adopting this, if empirical or trial and error medicines are being applied in patients, that can be called as impure medicine. And third one is impure circumstances for the medicine. If the medicine is if the medicine is administered in impure circumstances, how these impure circumstances inside the body happens? When the patient is not on scientific diet, when the patient is on unscientific medicines for the same or different disease, when the patient is on suppression, alteration, masking, blocking, etc., and Ayurvedic medicine is administered along with. So these all are examples for impure circumstances for the medicine. So Ayurveda is such a science which is intended to integrate multiple pathologies in a person and treat the patient and not his disease. So when we are treating a patient, we are considering the entire pathology in that patient and not only one symptom. So one hypertensive patient may be having joint pain, he might be having hypothyroid disease, he might be having some other history of gouty arthritis. Whatever it is, we have to integrate all the diseases based on Ayurvedic pathology, and we have to reach Ayurvedic diagnosis and reverse it by Ayurvedic treatment principles. Most minimum medicine in most minimum dosage for most minimum period, reverse the disease and produce health. So this is the objective of Ayurveda. So in short, I am concluding by telling that side effects in Ayurveda are reversible because of the reason that it is not because of impure science. It is because of impure application and impure intelligence of the physicians. Whereas side effects in modern medicine is purely because of medicine itself, for which their logic, their attitude, their approach, everything is not for reversing the pathogenesis, but rather for masking, blocking, altering and suppressing pathways, enzymes, hormones or supplementing, etc. So there is no use of comparing side effects of modern medicine and Ayurveda. Both are entirely different, and by knowing this exactly only, also people are consuming lots and lots of Ayurveda medicines like food. Still they are not dying. If they are that much potent poisons, people would have died. It doesn't mean that they are working as medicines in their body. They are all working as poisons, slow poisons in their body. Any medicine which is wrongly used by a person, wrongly selected, wrongly applied, wrong dose, wrong time, wrong patient, everything will work as poison itself and not as medicine. So it is really important to know that right medicine is scientific medicine, and classical medicines have inbuilt scientificity in Ayurveda, and side effects in Ayurveda are created by physicians and consumers of Ayurveda medicines and not by the system itself. Thank you.